Rest of the race.
And you are taking a pretty big chance by running an outside lane, say, for the majority of the race. Well, now guys have been running all day long, so the tire issues that we saw early in the race from guys maybe moving around the racetrack and pushing the limits probably aren't going to be there anymore. We have some rubber down, and that typically fixes the problem.
But when you're a crew chief and you've seen blown tires already, it certainly makes you think about the decisions you make about when to come to pit road.
Well, nobody knows better than Christopher as to how hard he's
So
pushing his
Mason,
car,
please
right?
like
So
up the video,
if there's a question
please.
on the pit box from Jason Ratcliffe, and he doesn't know exactly how much tire is left on their 20 car. I think that's where Chris has got to be able to chime in and say, hey, I've been either hard on the right front this run, or I've been hard on the right rear. I might have an issue if we run a whole lot longer, and I think that's where they're talking about maybe splitting this last stage. You know, we did see Kevin here a few years ago. Jimmy Johnson and Jack Knaus did short pit them in the Cup race, was able to get out in front of them, and once he was there, it was very hard for Kevin to get back by, and I think that's what Kevin was trying to guard against when he was talking to his crew chief a few moments ago.
The green flag stops underway, Jamie.
And Elliott down a little tight in the middle, but he said he doesn't want to hurry it up at all, so just a four-tire stop here. Bring it.
42 car, John Hunter Nemechek hits the pit road. His car's been pretty good. He's going to go ahead and get 4 tires. The 9 car also hits pit road. Tyler Reddick, his race car's been tight. 4 tires for him as well.
A lot of pressure on these teams. What could be the final pit stop of the day under green. One hiccup here, and it could very well take you out of contention. Kevin Harvick stays out. 37 to go. Allgaier in, Jane.
And he's had a good day going. Just saying he's been lacking side bite. He said it since the drop of the green. A 4-tire stop, and they'll fill him up. Bring it.
Ty Dillon doesn't really know what else he wants. His race car's good. He just needs track position. They're going to hit pit road, give him 4 tires and a clean pit stop.
Good luck getting track position today with Kevin Harvick in the field, right?
It's going to be tough ask, but
He's just going right to the plan here, Adam. He said he wanted to run a couple more laps than anyone else, make sure no one traps him a lap down if the caution flies, and Kevin Harvick will come to pit road.
And the scorebox left of your screen doing a great job of showing you where everyone is and keeping track of those who are making pit stops. For Harvick, he comes down 35 laps remaining. They've been good today. Got to do it here, Jamie.
A 4-time winner at this track in the Xfinity Series for Kevin Harvick. High overhead, looking down on his crew.
This race is brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
For tomorrow's Cup race, they work the left side of the car. A 4-tire stop for Kevin Harvick. The gas man, you saw what is good. On the tire, they are allowed to do that, Adam.
His last pit stop, under caution, was the fastest we've seen so far in 2018 in any series. They looked really good there under green. Logano stayed out, but now he will come down pit road. 34 laps remaining. Harvick gonna circle back to the top spot. Here's the 22 heading your way, Regan.
Yeah, Joey Logano hits pit road. He's still very happy with his race car. Just a little stuck in the side of the corner. They're going to adjust on that. He's the last of our leaders to pit. Let's keep an eye on if his lap times fall off less later on in this race because of that.
Penalty, Ty Dillon. Over the wall too soon. That will hurt under green with just over 30 to go.
And Chase, you saw Logano come to pit road. He maximized that entry. I guarantee he made up some time there. Saw the right front tire smoking. You couldn't have done it much better than Joey did.
Well, he definitely couldn't have pushed it a whole lot further, I think, than he did. You know, Kevin, it looked like he was a little soft coming up pit road, but that's the difference in leading the race and not. You have to be mindful of your position. Kevin obviously knows he has the race under control with just 34 laps to go this afternoon and continues to control the race.
Could be the final pit stops of the day. 34 laps to go. Harvick, Bell, Logano, Sadler, Nemechek stay the top 5.
The Big East Tournament, it's about to go down. This is straight up.
The stars of the Big East fight for conference supremacy on FS1.
The Big East Tournament marks the MSG where we born to be victorious.
The 2018 Big East Tournament begins Wednesday, March 7th on FS1. Sponsored by Jeep.
Hi there, welcome into NASCAR Race House.
You see the biggest stars in the sport.
So I think this could be pretty good.
Double Ultimate Speedway. My question was, Ultimate, Could you subscribe to me on your Alex Stewart account? I subscribe to you. And please like the video.
All week we work. We clock in, roll up our sleeves, and get the job done. And when Friday comes, we all get to raise a little hell.
Your Alex Stewart account.
Things can get rough out there. You think you got the brass? Proved it last season. That was last year. Now we've got young blood ready to take out the old. Start your engines. It's time to race.
I thought that was your backup account.
It's too orange, but in a good way.
Totally too orange in a good way.
Don't settle. Shop eBay for the look you want from all the best brands. eBay.
All week we work. And when Friday comes, we all get to raise a little hell.
What a great day of NASCAR here on FS1. All started this morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll wrap it next following the Xfinity Series race. We'll make a trip into the Race Hub Studios. Then it's back here to Atlanta Motor Speedway, Camping World Truck Series racing for the second time in 2018. You want to give us a little preview of what we'll see, Michael? You'll be on the call of that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a story much like this race. The veteran in Kyle Busch trying to hold off a bunch of determined young racers that have a lot of speed. The speed I saw from a couple of those trucks, Justin Haley, Noah Gragson, they can match the pace of Kyle Busch, but will his experience wear them down?
Harvick leading with 28 laps to go. Christopher Bell less than 2 seconds behind, 1.7 or so is where it's been staying. But he had a 6-second deficit prior to pit stops. They came a couple of laps earlier. They are doing a nice job of staying in the game. Might need a caution, but he's right where he needs to be.
And how much is that teasing young Bell, Chase, to see Kevin Harvick, who's been so dominant all day, be on the same straightaway, see him up there and try to eat into that deficit?
Could be an issue for Tyler Reddick. He just dropped from 6th to 7th. What are they saying, Regan?
Yeah, Adam, the guy's just jumped up on the wall. A lot of concern here. He thinks he might have a right front tire getting ready to go down.
Boy, that'd be tough for them. They've been in the top 10, top 5, good portion of the afternoon. Great job of backing up what they did, the win last week at Daytona.
A great job to be able to identify if indeed he does have a tire problem, to be able to know what issue you have and be able to identify directly to the right front corner if he does have a tire going down. It's pretty impressive. And coming to pit road, obviously you're giving up a great deal of track position and potentially a good finish, but it beats the heck out of tearing up a race car. So you got to pick your poison there too.
Chase, I was talking about the 98 of Harvick.
Ultimate Speedway, I do not have a PS4. I have an Xbox One S.
Turn 2, great top 5 effort by this kid. How much you think Kevin, with that big lead, might be saving tires and everybody else is just wide open trying to go get him?
I think it's definitely safe to say Christopher is pushing it hard. As we see the 9, he must have that right front going down like we talked about. Right rear, looks like. But hey, for those guys, they had a good run going.
A lot of debris here. Question becomes, will we get a caution? And if we do, that could change things. These teams do have one set of tires left. And if the caution comes out, it'd be big for Reddick, who undoubtedly is going to lose a lap here when he makes what could be a green flag pit stop.
I'd say this is going to have to bring out a caution, don't you? I mean, a lot of debris coming off the right rear there down the back straightaway. And then, if so, then what do you do with just a handful of laps left?
Only 13 cars on the lead lap right now. Got to believe you would come down and get tires. There you see the debris flying off, but all of it staying down on the apron out of the racing groove. He's coming your way, Regan.
Yeah, he hits pit road right here. As we see, a lot of right rear damage to this race car. Tough break. He's had a really strong run following up on the win at Daytona last week. They're going to go ahead and get that tire on there and send him back on his way.
That's why you want to win. He's locked into the playoffs, and while this is disappointing, much easier to swallow knowing that he's going to go to the postseason when we reach September.
Definitely a big helper for sure. Hate it for him. I know they're disappointed too, but to have that win to fall back on, certainly nice. And he knew he had some tire problem going on, whether it was right front or right rear. He was on to something.
I think Harvick's being mean here because Bell's is hanging right around 1.3, 1.4. I get the feeling we get inside of 10 laps to go, he's just going to explode away. He's just hanging the carrot right out there in front of him.
Well, and Bell's taking it too because he's running some of the fastest laps on the track right now, closing in on Kevin. And you don't know about that veteran, what Harvick has left in the tank, and is he indeed just saving those tires and waiting for the laps to wind down? This is getting interesting.
The other part of this that's getting interesting, and Regan talked about this, Logano pitted a lap later than Harvick. He's gone from 5 seconds back to 2.5. He's got a little rally in him here, Chase.
We're going to find out. We'll see. It's like, Christopher is around the top side in 1 and 2, so that you talk about that desperation, I think it is setting in, because we all know that the outside lane, or at least to Kevin's point and what he's proven today, can be a little more hurtful on your tires in the long run. So Christopher has no shame. He's running the top, letting it go, and he has nothing to hold back now. 20 laps to go. These guys still have another set of tires laying in the pits for a late race caution, so they're in great shape.
See the graphic there. Harvick's led 120 laps today. When you dominate an event like this, how does your mindset change as you start to close on the checkered flag? Is it some added pressure maybe?
Well, I don't. For Kevin, the amount of experience he has, I think that he really knows how to, as we talked about earlier, how to make the race his, how to set the pace, how to run just exactly how hard he needs to run to keep that lead. And he knows where Christopher's at. He can see him in the mirror maybe for a few more laps at least. And I think that as the race goes along, he's going to do absolutely no more than what he has to. They're in, no rush to have a bigger lead. They have 2 seconds on Christopher, so he's in great shape.
It's been a true team effort for the 98 group. Stuart Haas racing with Biaggi, Dinbesti. 3 pit stops today, 2 under caution, 1 under green. And in each cycle, that team was the fastest. 2 of their stops, all of them 4 tires, coming in under 15.5 seconds.
But watch, this lead. Talk about a good driving car. It doesn't look like it's that great. You can hear him working that gas pedal. That's his style, though, really working that wheel.
It is, and we just talked about how he is not going to do any more than he has to. He's backed off his pace significantly, almost 3 or 4 tenths of a second looking at the lap tracker right now. So, we might see those guys gain a little bit on him, but I don't expect it to last very long. But he's doing exactly what he needs to do. Has his corner backed way up. He's out of the gas while he's even still on the straightaway, floating in the corner with very little brake, a lot of part throttle, and making those straightaways as long as possible.
Reddick had his problems. That's allowed John Hunter Nemechek to get up into the top 5. He's 4th right now.
Nice job. He just continues to march forward after those problems early.
And now the battle for second.
You said it, Chase. Christopher has turned it all loose. He's running an inch off the wall through 1 and 2.
And there definitely could be some time there. I don't know, with 17 laps to go, I think as the groove works its way up higher and higher in turns 1 and 2, there is speed to be found when you are right up against the wall versus a foot off of it. So now that groove has worked closer and closer to it over a course of a long green flag run, there's probably has been some time to kind of get the marbles worked away. So, he might have some pace. Again, I think Kevin has backed off for a couple laps. It looks like this past lap he started to get back after him with a 33.39 versus Christopher's 33.80. So he's, again, pacing exactly how he wants to.
Kevin just got around Matt Tiff, putting the 2 car a lap down. So the lap traffic that he's catching is getting more and more tougher to get around because of the pace they have. So that could be a factor too. But right now it's looking a whole lot like cruise control.
You agree with that, Jamie? What are you hearing?
Well, just talking about Kevin Harvick in this 98. First time we've seen him in this car. This is Biaggi Dinbesti Racing. If Harvick wins today, he will tie Tony Stewart for most different teams to win with here in Atlanta. RCR, KHI, in junior motorsports. Now keep in mind, this is a part-time team. They're only scheduled to run 12 races this year between Chase Briscoe, Eric Almirola, and Kevin Harvick. And Kevin will be in this car in 2 weeks in Texas. They're skipping next week. So being a part-time team, pretty awesome if they can take home the win today.
And you go back a year ago, that whole affiliation that they have developed here with Stewart Haas Racing, Biaggi, Dinbesti. Stewart Haas was a startup when we began 2017. Cole Custer has an incredible rookie season, dominates the finale down at the Homestead Miami Speedway, and now in year 2, running this second effort, and I think they have found speed. Great effort by everyone over there that's put in so much time.
And they deserve it, and I think Kevin deserves a lot of credit for that. He did own his own race team at one point in time. He has a great feel inside the car. He's a smart guy outside the car as well. Has a great business mindset on how he goes about things, and as far as putting the right personnel in the right place. And it seems as if they've done that with their alliance with Biaggi and Stewart Haas. I think that it's turning out pretty good for him so far.
And it was certainly cool to see Cole Custer just do all he could to suck all the information he could from Kevin Harvick and just be a sponge, watch him drive around the racetrack, but more importantly, talk to him about how he drives around it.
You wonder if he hadn't been involved in that early accident, how things might be different. Cole Custer really good here in practice yesterday, unfortunately involved in that crash and unable to get the fruits of his labor. So we're down to 12 remaining. Only 10 cars on the lead lap. Harvick now 2.5 seconds in front of Bell, Logano, Nemechek, Sadler, the top 5. Allgaier, Cindric, Kyle Benjamin, Ryan Truex, and Ryan Reed, and other cars that remain on the lead lap.
Austin Cindric has done an amazing job today, recovering from a disastrous start to the season, solid run. You run 7th at Atlanta against this competition, Adam. I think you go to Vegas, go to the rest of the schedule thinking, I'm going to win one of these things.
Brandon Jones, good debut last week with his new team, Joe Gibbs Racing, has had some frustrations today. He might be glad when his home race is over. A little slide there through the corner.
This place can be a lot of fun, but man, it can also be a handful. If your car isn't driving right, or what you had studied up on, or just aren't hitting it right as a driver, whatever it is, it can make for a long afternoon. We brought up a point a second ago. I didn't realize that Chase Briscoe is also going to be driving this 98 car at one point in time throughout this year. Similar to what we've seen with Austin Cindric in the 60 last week, driving the 12 this week. I've never really seen that dynamic of drivers sharing a car and then going to a whole different team to run extra races throughout the year. So I think it's definitely fair to say we should keep an eye on both of those guys and all the drivers that are sharing seats in that 60, going elsewhere to run other races, how they adapt in other situations, what they can learn and then bring back to the 60 car to maybe get them going a little better.
3 drivers going to share the 60. Cindric, who drove it last week. Briscoe here today. We'll also see Ty Majeski, who made a few starts for Jack Roush 1 season ago. Cindric running the full schedule between the 60, the 12, and he'll also pilot that 22 from time to time.
Yeah, just such an interesting dynamic. I've never seen that before. So I guess the folks at Ford are, trying to work all their options to keep their drivers racing all season long, and great opportunities for the drivers.
Great battle here. Position. Yeah, great battle late in the race. Spencer Gallagher's figured out the high lane. Chase Briscoe down on the lower side, trying to get around Spencer.
Harvick now more than 4 seconds in front of Christopher Bell in second, but Logano is there trying to grab the runner-up spot.
He is, and I think Christopher ran the outside lane for such an extended period of time in turns 1 and 2, which we see Joey up there now as well, so maybe there's a little time for both of them to be had, but I gotta think that's been a little rough on his tires for the amount of time he's been up there, basically this entire the entire tire run. It definitely is hard on him. So whereas Kevin's been right around the bottom, very disciplined, I think he has a little more longevity, a little more life in his tire, whereas I think Christopher and Joey have been pushing very hard and are probably on their last leg here with what they have left.
Adam, you said earlier, Kevin just sort of teasing Christopher Bell with his pace. He was teasing me, too. I thought Bell, and look how high Bell and into the wall. Bell got over the cushion, drug his right side on the outside wall, but kept the pace.
Logano gets by him here. He'd be running second. Penske's never won at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Xfinity Series 4 times. They've been a runner-up, including 3 of the last 4 seasons. Looks like it might happen again here today. Logano inside of Bell. He's now second. 5 to go for Kevin Harvick, who is out front and in command.
Just hope that Christopher Bell didn't cut a tire. That was a lot of contact into the outside wall right there. And scrubbing that right rear fender, Chase, he could get it in on that tire and have a flat here late in the going.
He definitely could. You know, there's not a lot of room between the fender and the tire nowadays. Just trying to maximize all the aerodynamic advantage you can find. It looks like he's in good shape. I don't think he got it that hard. He did a good job of keeping the right front off the wall and kind of leaned up against it with the right rear. I think a lot of times when you see the right front slap into the fence, that's where a lot of your damage comes from. So I think he'll be okay. Lost a position, but at the end of the day, for his sake, running the full season, you know, second or a third behind 2 Cup guys, not a bad day for Christopher either way.
Only 4 cautions here today. 2 of those coming at the end of stage 1 and stage 2. And Kevin Harvick does not want to see a 5th. Across the start-finish line, 3 laps away from his 5th win here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and he's trying to put Kyle Benjamin a lap down. He's currently scored in 8th in that 18 machine.
That's when you say to your team, we did a good job today. We got a good top 10 finish. Oh, yeah, but that one guy lapped us late. That was a little bit of a disappointment. But Benjamin has been really solid on the 1.5 miles here at Atlanta. Nice pace for that young man.
Still 2 laps to go, though. You never know what's going to happen, a caution or anything. So I'm coming from the other side of the spectrum, being a driver, and you have a lead like this, the race is never over until it's over with, and we all know that's what Kevin Harvick's thinking right now.
He wants to see that white flag, right?
There is no doubt, but he has done a great job today, showing exactly how to get around this racetrack the right way.
Harvick off of turn 4. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
This is my prediction. Kevin Harvick won today. That's his home track.
A lot of attaboys inside the top 10.
Chase
Guys like Bell,
home track.
Cedric, Benjamin, Ryan Truex. But no one had anything for Kevin Harvick. Strong effort for the 98. He has done it again. For the 5th time in his career, Kevin Harvick is a winner. He does it today at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having us. Thanks for all you do for all of us. Appreciate this opportunity. Everybody at SHR, thank you.
Yeah, great job to their whole team. I actually had a chance to work with Richard Boswell there. He was at one point in time at JRM. Looks like Kevin must have liked what he saw, bringing him over there and having him on his car today. And they did a great effort controlling the race, doing exactly what they need to do, not running too hard.
And this race was
Kevin
sponsored to you by Michelob Ultra.
Kept himself in the right spot all day, no mistakes, and
It
perfect
was?
execution.
Logano did finish second. 5th time for Team Penske as a runner-up at Atlanta. Bell stayed on track, able to bring it home 3rd. First start for John Hunter Nemechek, huge success. He was 4th despite some problems and at one point being a lap down. And Elliott Sadler, the veteran, 5th here this afternoon.
Pretty impressive that he's got enough tires to do burnouts with, right? After slipping and sliding like he was.
I think he was slipping and sliding just a little less than everybody else today. He made it look easy.
Kevin Harvick, 3rd on the all-time wins list.
Let's have a pizza party. What do you say, Adam?
I think that's a good idea.